Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. We are on our bonus episode of Wreathmas week. It is fun, it's exciting, but at the same time it's kind of a sad day because it's the last day of my Wreathmas week. So we've done 7 episodes so far. Today is that bonus episode, episode number 8. If you haven't seen my Wreathmas week before, click on that playlist right down below and that'll feature all of those videos in Wreathmas week from episode 1 all the way to this last episode. It's always a sad day because it is the last one, but don't forget, Wreathmas week is 365 days away from today. Something to look forward to, something to start your countdown on. Why don't I just get started? And I'll show you what I made. I am using the square wired wreath frame from the Dollar Tree, along with a plethora of these Christmas floral picks, some of this garland ties that I found, and 2.5-inch wired ribbon. Along with that, I'm going to be using these command strips to hang our little door swags and adding some little Christmas bulbs and ornaments using my regular crafting utensils today to create this project. I'm starting off with a heavy-duty wire cutter. I'm going to be cutting 2 of the corners to create L shapes. So I'm just going to cut all 3 of those wires as close as I can to the little corners there. And you see there's a little rounded edge. I'm just going to cut those off as well. Now be very careful. If you're not holding onto them, they do fly across the room. I found out the hard way. So just watch your fingers and hold on to everything. But once I get that cut, I've created an L shape. And again, I'm going to come back and chop off those little curved edges so it's a nice straight edge. And here we are with our 2 frames all ready to go. Now I have electrical tape. You can use duct tape. And what I'm doing with that is I am just securing the ends and wrapping it around the ends. Once you cut the wire, it's a little bit sharp. So not to scratch yourself or scratch any surface area like your door or your door frame. I'm just going to use a little bit of that electrical tape just to protect it. And as you can see here, I won't stab myself and it's not going to hurt. So everything will be protected. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those little garland strips or garland ties, I think they're called, and I'm going to place a little hot glue on each of the exposed wires. Now this is just kind of a base so I get all those wires covered in the greenery so we don't see the wires at all. This is just an idea I had to do. You don't necessarily have to do this if you use enough greenery and florals. It's going to cover it, but this is just my way to make sure that those wires are not going to come through. And here we are with our base wreath. Now it's on to my favorite part, the bow making. Now I have a red and black checkered ribbon here. This is 2.5-inch wired ribbon. And all I'm going to do is at the 12-inch mark, I'm going to squish it together. Then I'm going to transfer it to my left hand and just hold it there. So we've created a tail so far. Then I'm going to measure out another 12 inches. I'm going to squish it with my fingers and bring it right to my left hand to hold between my thumb and index finger. I've created our loop at the top and our tail right at the bottom. And I'm going to do a little twist to make sure that good side face is up, lay it back down, squish it again at that 12-inch mark, bring it towards my left hand, and now you see I've created 2 bows, and I'm going to be working on my 3rd bow by twisting that ribbon again, laying it flat, bringing it together or pleating it with my right hand, and then bringing it to hold in my left hand, and now we've created 3 beautiful loops. And now we're going to twist and create our tail. So I'm just going to measure out that same distance of the 12 inches, and then I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm just going to cut at that 12-inch mark. Once it's all cut, I'm just going to grab a pipe cleaner, wrap it around the center, give it a couple of really good twists, and I'm not going to cut this because this is how we're going to attach it to our wreath frame. I'm going to fluff it up a little bit, and then I'm just going to place that off to the side, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with my second ribbon, this time at 10 inches. So it's the exact same method we just did previously. I'm going to do 3 loops and cut it at the 10-inch mark, twist tie it together, and then once that's all done, I'm going to bring back my first layer of bow and attach my second layer to that bow and just wrap around that pipe cleaner all the way at the center. And then of course you can fluff it up if you want, or you can leave it to the side until you're done. But of course me, I love to fluff. Now I am going to do 8 inches with the original ribbon. And again, this time around, I'm going to do 8 inches and I'm only going to do 2 loops and 2 tails. Wrap that around with my pipe cleaner. And we have our 2-loop bow addition all ready to attach to the front of our existing bow. And just to kind of finalize it and just to add that final touch, I cut about 6 inches of that black and white ribbon, loop it over, creating kind of a tube effect. Once that's all dry, I'm just going to squish it together on one end, creating a loop at the other, inserting a pipe cleaner. Then I'm just going to twist it around a couple of times. And once I have that, I'm going to attach that right to the center of our bow like we did multiple times before. So here our bow is all assembled and all ready to be fluffed. And I always finish off with dovetails, just cutting on an angle, creating that beautiful dovetail shape. And here is our bow all ready for our door swag. I'm going to bring back that frame and I'm going to attach my ribbon, or I should say my bow, right at the corner, and I'm just twisting it around the outside frame such that that ribbon isn't going to move. I'm going to twist it a couple of times and then I'm going to add some glue right on the corner so to make sure it's not going to move on me. Cut off that excess of the pipe cleaner, and then I always add just a little bit of glue right at that connection point to make sure it's not going to come undone. And there is our beautiful bow attached to our corner door swag. And now it's the fun part. Now we bring in our plethora of all of those beautiful Christmas florals. I'm going to do a dry run first, not gluing anything down, just to kind of get an idea where I want everything to go. Once I have that plan all set in place, I'm going to just take off those tags, and then I'm just going to start gluing till my heart's content. Now, you can use wire for this, or twist ties, or pipe cleaners if you want to attach your florals to the wire frame. You can totally do that. I decided to use a lot of hot glue, keep everything in place. But an idea, if you want to use these floral picks again, or if you're going to change your mind, you can always use just pipe cleaners and then you can take it all apart to use for future projects if you want. Once that's all done, I kind of decided I wanted a little more shine and a little more fantasticalness to this to this project. So I decided to add some of those Christmas ornaments just to give it a little bit of shine. And I just hot glued those down, you know, one near the bow and then a smaller one near the end of our L shape. And then once that's all glued down, here is our beautiful corner door swag, all ready, all set to be hung to celebrate the Christmas season. Look at that red and the green. Those bow came out so beautiful. I love it. Now, I only show you how I did one of the L shapes, but I did the exact same thing for the opposite side. So I basically just copied the entire process and did that twice to create 2 door swags. And to clip them on, I'm just using those command strip hooks. I just placed them at the top and then I hung my beautiful corner door swags. Look at how beautiful this looks. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I really loved how these turned out. I just think they're the perfect addition to our Christmas decor here at my home. And I really hope you try this out because this was a lot of fun. This is the last episode of my Wreathmas week, and I'm always sad to say goodbye to Wreathmas week. And I want to send out a special heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you who supports me on my channel, watches my videos, comments, etc. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.